and Justin's here.
Oh.
Ooh, ooh. You always
Hello,
want to like
hello.
cut off my song.
Sorry, go.
It's fine. I was just gonna do ooh ooh, but now it's not the same.
Good morning, Justin.
It's my vibe.
Good morning.
Oh, Justin, can we hear you?
Why
Can you
can't?
hear me?
Oh, okay.
There
I
we
can hear
go.
you now.
Okay. Good morning.
How
Good
are
morning.
you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. Do you have? Is that your Arizona gear?
Oh yeah.
Sun Devils.
Oh yeah.
Are you in Arizona or are you home?
No, I'm still home.
Okay. When do you report?
August 10th.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you don't know when you're going to school, sir. Okay. Okay.
You
Are
ready
you
for that
excited?
college fall training?
Oh yes.
Not me. You like fall? You like? Okay. That's like a great. Sorry.
I like fall training. I feel like it gets me ready for the season, so I like it.
Yeah, it gets you ready for the season, but that don't mean you gotta like it.
Fall training is always like I like fall training is worse because it's terrible, but you're also out of shape. Like winter training, it's terrible, but at least I'm in shape while I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I never thought of it that way. Yeah, I just don't like it.
I kind of like it because
I figured you would. I'm not surprised by
yeah.
that. So anyway, Justin, we did a little talk up about you. I don't know if you heard it or not, but we are going to play a little trivia before we'll have a little chit chat. But we want to see how up on your history you are.
Because you're the future. We want to know if you know about the past.
Okay. I might learn a little something.
Okay. All right. So your first question is: prior to Michael Johnson, who was the men's 400-meter world record holder?
Don't know that. I just know Michael Johnson.
Jeopardy music.
Well, he already said he don't know it. He said we don't need it.
It was Butch Reynolds. At 49. Do you know what MJ's record was?
44-18, I think.
Close. 43-18.
I mean, I'm sorry. I said the first round. I'm sorry.
But you had
It's
18.
You knew what it was. You nervous.
Yes.
It's okay. Okay, I didn't know this one, but we gone. When was the first Olympic 400-meter race contested?
That's rude. No, like
did you see his eye?
That was rude. That was disrespectful.
Just take a guess. It's got to be an even number. This is the only Olympics happening in an odd
year. You just gave. Leave me alone.
I don't even know. I'm sorry. I can't even. 1980. I don't know.
1980.
I don't know.
1896.
Man.
Someone save this child. He's just a baby.
I don't know the answers, but can he ask a friend? You can ask a friend.
You can ask.
Okay,
I'll be your friend.
This next one.
Okay. This is my favorite track trivia.
Yeah. How long did Edwin Moses go undefeated in the 400-meter hurdles?
I'm gonna say 10 years.
Very, very close. 9 years, 9 months, 9 days.
We're gonna round up. We're gonna say 10 years.
Do we have a point for that?
Okay, this one you should know. You have to know. All right. What lane did Wade Van Niekerk win his Olympic gold medal and set the world record from?
Lane 8.
Bonus question, because I'm vain. What lane did I win my world championship from?
Oh, I'm gonna guess lane 8. No.
Close. Lane 9.
Lane 9.
Went 2 through 9 in that race, so it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
All right, so that rounds out our trivia questions. But I have a question for you that might be a little bit trivial, or you could be shady, be honest, be truthful. I don't think you have a shady answer though, because I already read up on you.
She did her research.
I like to be a little prepared. So you are 19 years old. You've been
Yeah,
competing against the pros already. I believe it was 2019 that you had a world lead for a
yeah.
while. In 2020, you showed up some pros. And it's interesting how as we come up as students of our sport, our idols sort of become our rivals. So I'm interested to know, like, what's it like being the young guy out there, and how, have they been embracing? Have they given you a tough time? I don't.
Um, for the most part, they all take me under their wing, try to give me as much advice as
They
possible.
all
But
same name.
like Michael Cherry, Will London, Vernon Norwood, those guys, a few other guys I named, but they all, joke around with me sometimes, but still take me in the wing, try to guide me as best as possible.
Okay. Okay.
I remember my first year as a pro. I think Lashana Demas thought I was so crazy because
I'm sure she did.
we were we were at USA's and we are like, I think she was in my semi, and we're in the hipping tent, and I was like, oh my gosh, girl, I love you so much. Da, 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 da. And she looked at me like, we are about to race. And I
Right.
was just like, I grew up watching you, da, 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 da. And she was just like, we don't do that here. And I was just like, okay, y'all
Did
want to
she
pray?
say that?
She didn't like, it wasn't like she was like, we don't do that. Like, it was just kind of like, she was taken aback because I was like, she's in her zone. And I just was like fangirling over her. I couldn't help myself.
Why am I not surprised?
But why did you pick ASU?
Um, I just fell in love with the coaching staff and the environment. And then it's warm. I come from the Midwest when it gets cold in the wintertime, so it's really warm. Um, it's just a good environment. Mostly black coaching staff, which is good for me being a young black male. And I just click with the coaches very well.
Mhm. What other schools did you choose from?
USC. Um,
The real one?
Ooh, you know who he's talking about. He's talking.
Or do you know who he's talking
I'm a
about?
California girl, so there's only one USC. That was where I was gonna go if I didn't go to Stanford.
I'm talking about the original, established in 1898, before California was even a state. So, which USC were you talking about?
I
Don't worry, it's okay. We're not gonna beat you up. He's like, I don't want to get involved.
I guess the real one. I don't know.
Was it Southern California?
Yes.
That's who he thinks is the real one.
All right, kick him out. Get him out of here. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Someone said that you played a different sport in high school.
Yes, I used to play football,
Oh, what position?
wide receiver.
Okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
That threw me off. I had a next question. So was it just USC?
Oh,
Where else?
Baylor and Houston.
Oh, Baylor. That Baylor is a quarter miler powerhouse.
Yes,
But Arizona State, it's hot down there.
I know.
Okay.
So you're about to start school, transitioning from high school to college. Like, what are you looking forward to most? What are your goals for your collegiate career moving forward?
I think I just look more forward to practicing with the team again and just getting the whole team atmosphere back going. Because these past few years, I've been practicing alone by myself, just me and my coach. So just having the team aspect again, I think that's what I'm looking more forward to most. But my goals. Oh, I really didn't even set any yet. I'm still thinking about those. I usually just wait till I start practice and see how I feel and stuff like that. Then make small goals each week and just make a big one at the end of the season.
I think and I think also, yeah, I see that question. I'll get to it. I think also, now going into college, you'll be switching coaches. So I think, waiting to kind of learn your coach, not so much learn your coach's philosophy, but like sit down and make that collaborative plan with your coach
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
make those goals. I think that makes sense. So it's fair that you're kind of like, oh, I'm not really sure, but I like the idea that you want to make smaller goals leading into your bigger ones.
Yeah.
So I'll get to this question, and then I have one last question for you. Or not last question, sorry. Speaking of transition, how or why did he make the decision to switch from football to track?
I really didn't want to, but my coach sat me down after I made the U18 World Championship team in I think 2018, my sophomore year, and you just like you're better at
After
this, start focusing more on this.
your freshman 400 meters.
And you
And
say
like,
right now you're breaking up a little bit.
dang, sorry, we're gonna work out this connection. I said, go back and tell us, like your freshman 400 meters. That was a pretty cool story of like where you started from to sophomore year to junior year.
Please don't start like Jessica. I don't know if you saw. I don't saw our stream last yesterday, but Jessica, her starting track and field was a little rough to say the least.
Man, I started track just to race my cousin, honestly, because we went to the same high school, and just a little family rivalry going on. But I ran indoor my first time, and I ran the 400 on a flat track. It was terrible, but I took off so fast. I just started sprinting so fast. My coach didn't tell me how to run it or nothing. He just said just go out there and just run. I said okay, cool, that's easy. So I took off running, and I died. I was like walking across the finish line, dying. I was about to quit, about to
Tasha,
throwing up in the trash can
was,
and
was,
everything. It was terrible.
and then you were like, "I'm gonna go back and try it again."
I don't like giving up at stuff, so I'm like, okay, this is a little challenging. Let me try this again. I like the
I like
challenge.
I like that mentality. I
Not
like.
me. The
Oh,
first
yeah.
time I ran 400, I was like, please don't put me back in that.
Oh, I actually was excited to run the 400 when I finally got because my coach started me off at like the 15 and 8.
Oh no.
So the 4 was
Wow.
like one time around. That's awesome. Okay.
So I'm curious to know, in light of like, oh, I almost said it.
The parallelogram.
Yes, the parallelogram. Thank you. And you mentioning like it's tough to train by yourself, and then now going back to or going into Arizona and now having training partners. Have you felt like or seeing everything that's happening now in the game, just the overall culture in athletics and athletes with their mental health? Have you felt like you've had any struggles? Throughout last year and this year? It's crazy to think that we've been in this thing for almost 2 years now. But how that's affected your training, your mental health? Do you think? I mean, I think we all can agree that having training partners is beneficial. But
Yes.
one that you struggled with, or you've come to some new realization with?
Last year it was real hard on me. Just knowing that it's probably hard on everybody, but just knowing that you're training and training, but you don't know what you're training for because you don't know if you're gonna have a meet this year. What am I still training for? But my coach sat me down and just explained some few things to me and stuff like that, and just kept me going. And my family kept pushing me to keep training and keep going forward, and try to keep when I didn't have practice, try to keep my mind off of it and stuff like that. But I think the main thing was my coach kept pushing me just and telling me why we still need to train this year and still get ready
To
for next year.
find motivation.
You have a good coach.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think for me at least, like I felt like I was treading water this when the pandemic first hit. Like I'm trying to stay fit in case there's a meet, but I don't really know. And what we do is grueling work, and it's not practice is not fun. But I love my goal is like okay, work hard because you have a race coming up, and I didn't have that to tap into, so I was just like it was hard to motivate yourself to like let's do these 400 repeats, and it's like for what? For what? So I definitely I feel you on that. Where it's like, why are we out here? Like
How did it feel competing in like what's the
trials.
word, trials, but also like less capacity, less people. Because I mean,
Oh, with
the meets weren't necessarily like
yeah.
empty, but it was not the same.
Um, it was it was kind of it was kind of weird, but kind of not at the same time because I kind of got used to not competing with the big crowd over the past few years and some of the other meets we were going to leading up to the trials. But I think I would have liked it more if it was a lot more people and having a little bit more energy in the crowd and stuff like that.
I
And you
want,
probably have to remember, like he's used to like high school meets where it's not like
Yeah.
thousands of people, you know.
but you've been to some meet. You've been to like Penn relays and Drake relays.
But I'm saying like we're used to like when we compete, it's usually like this is what you get, you know, like a diamond league where it's like so it feels weird when it's a smaller meet. But I'm saying he probably is like it's probably different. It's probably
Yeah,
close to what he's used to.
this is true.
Someone's shouting out your coach saying that they're
This-
dynamite for going.
Cecilia, that coach sounds dynamite. So good to hear that there are those in the game going the extra mile to look after their athletes. It is needed. It is definitely needed. And I had the pleasure of meeting Justin's coach, and he is awesome. What's his name again? Give your coach a
Sean
shout out.
Burris. Sean Burris. Shout out, coach.
Yeah. So where can people find you on the social medias if they want to follow your journey?
You can guys follow me on Instagram at Justin_Robinson1. That's the social media I'm on right now.
Well, we are gonna get ready for our next guest, but we have one last question for you from our girl Cecilia. How many meets do you usually have in high school? Do you do more or less in college? We can
Definitely more in college.
more in college.
For me as an athlete in high school, I really didn't run too much. We usually geared up for the later meets in the season, so really didn't run too much during the season.
You did? Oh yeah. Oh, I guess is it because of COVID or because when I was
No,
in
it's
school, okay, we had a dual meet usually every week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like because we do everyone in our league. It was like every week we'd race someone in our league, and then on weekends we would do an invitational.
Ahead of its time. That's COVID friendly.
I guess so. Well, it really wasn't, but so we did like a dual meet, and then we would do like invitationals every now and then like get ready for like state.
But you're saying even before COVID, you guys just kind of
Just
focused
did
on
invitationals.
yeah, we just focus on certain meets and stuff like that, especially for like
Okay.
summer. We focus more on summer track and try to make the teams.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. I know
Oh, thank you
it's
for having me.
early. You're getting ready to go to college. You're probably trying to get in your last, days to sleep in. Or are you still training?
No, I'm done. I still go to
Yeah.
gym time to time, but I'm done.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we loved having you, and we are going to be cheering you on, and we wait to see what you do at Arizona and the teams that you make and the times that you drop.
Oh, thank you for having me.